I'm Ashley Allback for 360 Wichita. Today I'm here with Roger Scholfield, owner of Scholfield Honda right here in Wichita. Roger, why do you believe that Wichita is a great place to grow your business?
Well, the fact that we've grown every year that I've been involved here is a great part of that. And it's just, the economy's good and we got great people and our growth has happened every year. So that's why I feel very positive about Wichita.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about how your family got started in the automotive industry.
Well, my father and my uncle, Vic and Dick Scholfield, were two brothers. They started in Augusta, Kansas, which is east of here, a little town of 5,000 people, back in 1952. And they started with a used car lot, small one, and then they were able to acquire an Oldsmobile franchise in 1954. And then shortly after that, they acquired the Pontiac franchise. They did so well in that small town. They were kind of pioneers of customer satisfaction. They serviced people after the sale. They had just a first-class operation. They started outselling the Pontiac dealer in Wichita. So General Motors came to them and kind of said, "What do these two small guys in a little town, you're outselling the big guys. We want you to move to Wichita." So after 9 years in a small town, it was a pretty big move for them, pretty bold move, but they uprooted and moved the business, even though we stayed there as a family. I graduated from Augusta High School and we lived there the whole time, but they uprooted the business and moved to Wichita in 1965 to their old location at 7633 East Kellogg. And that was kind of the start of something big, and it was just a great move for them, and I'm proud to be part of it. Proud to be part of that second generation coming in.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about when you moved into your current role as president. What kind of change has Scholfield seen?
Well, I started with the company in 1986, so this is my 29-year anniversary this month as we speak.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I worked my way up through the corporate ladder, and after 5 years, I took over in December of 1991. And what I've focused on has been a strong service after the sale. So we have a strong parts and service business. And we also focused on serving not only East Wichita, but West Wichita. So I was one of 5 pilot dealers in the United States 20 years ago, so this was in 1994, that was allowed to open up a dedicated service-only service center. So Honda saw what some of the independents were doing, the Jiffy Lubes and Sears and places like that, and they saw that they had multiple locations. So it wasn't, people had choices other than just coming back to the dealership. Primarily that was based on location and ease of getting there. So they asked some pilot dealers who, based on our customer satisfaction scores, you had to be one of the top in the country to be considered, if we would invest some money and build a service-only center. So we relocated to the west side of town at Central and Tyler. We have Scholfield Honda Service Center West out there, and they've been out there for 21 years now. So we were the first dealership in town to have a second service facility and a standalone service center out on the west side of town.
Well, that is really impressive. And I understand you've won the Wichita Business Journal's award for Best Places to Work 2 years in a row now. What is it about Scholfield that makes it such an outstanding place to be?
Well, you're right. We've won it the last 2 years in a row, and we just were notified in the last couple of weeks that we got our 6th nomination.
Wow,
so
congratulations.
Thank you. We just went from, and you asked me about business growing. Well, we've grown as a company. We started out in our first 5 nominations, and our last 2 wins came in the mid level. That's companies with 50 to 99 employees. We now have 105 employees, so we moved up to a large business category, and we were nominated for that too. So wish me luck on that.
Yeah, well, good luck.
We'd like to win it 3 years in a row. But back to your question, what makes us a good place to work? One of the best business advices I've ever received was from my uncle. And when I first got in the business, I asked him about hiring and he said to me, never hire anybody you wouldn't want to have over to your house for dinner. And so I've always kept that philosophy, and I think if you and then my dad always says, surround yourself with good people. You can never know every aspect of it, but if you surround yourself with great people and trust them to get the job done, then you'll be a real successful business owner. And I think today's people, certainly money and salary means a lot, but I think flexible time, flexible hours, a great work environment, and I think respect. And I think they want that respect from their immediate supervisors, but from the ownership as well. And one of the things I do on a daily basis is take the pulse of the dealership. Just takes me 10 or 15 minutes to walk through the dealership and say hi to as many of my associates that I have. And I think that means a lot to them if they say the speed of the crew is the speed of the leader. So if, as a leader, you're out there and you're smiling and you're in a good mood and you're patting them on the back and asking them how they're doing, I think that they'll be willing to go the distance for you.
Absolutely. That's a great business philosophy. And those nominations are really exciting. I understand that you have some new exciting news you'd like to share as well. Can you tell me about that?
Well, on top of the local nominations, we also wanted to see how we would do on the national level. So we entered Automotive News, which is our Bible for the industry. It's circulated out to roughly 18,000 dealerships in the United States. And we entered a Best Dealerships to Work For contest. And Scholfield Honda was named one of the top 100 dealerships in the United States, North America actually, to work for. So we're very proud of that. I just got back from Chicago a couple weeks ago, and we placed 75th out of 100 dealerships in the country. So we're very proud of that honor. And that's they said it's very hard to win that, even get a nomination in your first time doing it. So that's exciting for us.
Absolutely. That's very exciting. I understand you've got a new building going up as well. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, our current facility was built in 1985, opened then. It was state of the art, and it was 30,000 square feet. And 30 years later, as of this Friday, October 30th, we're going to have a new groundbreaking for a brand new facility. And again, to show you that growth, which has not only been in sales, but has been in service and parts as well, we're going to be building a 53,000 square foot facility. So almost, not quite doubling, but almost doubling the current size we have. And that will be in addition to a building that we already have that serves as our delivery center, detail, and used car building, which is another 10,000 square feet. So when the project's completed, we'll have 63,000 square feet to operate out of. But we're doing it as much for our parts and service business, which, again, I mentioned 2 service locations. As our sales grow, you have more units in operation, and Hondas last a long time, so people tend to hold on to them longer. So, we have a philosophy of we want you to not just buy a car, we want you to be a customer for life. And so to do that, we need to make sure we satisfy all your parts and service and accessory needs. We have a full detail center, we do window tint, we do door edge guards, we do a little bit of everything. And part of that, to service all that building, we're building on our sales a steady 4 or 5% growth every year. So when you do that, we just have thousands of units in operation here in Wichita, and we have to have larger facilities, and we have to have expanded service hours. We're open all day for service now. I was also one of the first dealerships in Wichita to open up on Saturdays for service. We started out opening up 8 to 1. We're now open 8 to 5 on Saturdays. And so, it's just that when we talk about the future, it's very exciting for us. We've seen steady growth every year that I've been involved, from not only sales but service and parts too.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about this groundbreaking. When and where will that take place?
That'll be this Friday, October 30th, at 10:45 a.m. at our current location, Scholfield Honda. We're really excited. We have one of our city commissioners, council people, Pete Meitzner, coming out to talk. We've got our Honda zone manager coming out. We'll have people from our architectural firm, Schaefer, Johnson, Cox, Fry, from Hutton Construction, who'll be the contractor, from Emprise Bank, who will provide the financing. So it's an exciting time for us, and we're going to have it's just a ceremonial groundbreaking, and we're anticipating about 14 months or spring of 2017 for the actual grand opening.
And so how will the addition of this new facility affect your current customers and clients?
Well, I think it'll just be newer facilities. We currently have a separate express service building, so now that one express drive will now have we have 2 service drives now, so now we'll have 4 service drives. We have two medium-sized customer areas, and we'll now have customer lounges will now have 1 large one. So we'll have state-of-the-art televisions, we'll have a fireplace, we'll have all sorts of refreshments for them. It'll just be nice to have it all under one roof. We've got 2 separate buildings now, and we're putting that all under one roof. So that'll be the biggest convenience factor.
Absolutely. Well, Roger, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us, and we look forward to hearing from you in the future.
Okay, thank you very much for having me.